Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Sopiarz-Rianda. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and that you are ready to begin writing your definition essay. Last week, we focused on brainstorming and selecting a topic for your definition essay. This week, in session 3, we are actually going to begin writing your first draft of the definition essay. So clicking on session 3, you can see that it runs from Monday the 24th through Sunday, March 2nd. Clicking on that. And always start the week with watching your weekly video update and then clicking on the session plan. You can see that, as I mentioned, you're going to start outlining, drafting, and finally submitting your own definition essay, the first draft. You will be submitting your final draft next week into turnitin.com, but you will be submitting your first draft to me in Schoology. We're also going to be doing a little bit more free writing and then looking at some examples and then working together to create your thesis and introduction for your definition essay this week. And you can see the list of assignments are right here in the point value, as well as our schedule this week. So this week on Monday, like always, I suggest that you watch this video, look over the session plan and the welcome, then complete and submit your pre-writing assignment. On Tuesday, review the sample essays, look at laying out qualifications and the rubric, and then begin crafting your introduction on Tuesday. On Wednesday, start thinking about and developing your thesis statement and post it to the discussion. And then review creating your first draft and begin outlining and researching. Part of your work this week is researching the different elements of your definition essay. Then on Thursday, finish up your outline, begin writing your first draft, continue writing your first draft on Friday, and then finally on Friday, submit your outline and first draft into Schoology. Again, you're going to be submitting your outline and first draft. The nice thing about writing an outline is that it will help with your organization. So definitely that is one thing that you don't want to skip this week, is help with your organization. So in this session, we're going to be focusing on these essential questions. And the first assignment this week is just a little bit more pre-writing to get you ready for your first draft. And you'll be submitting the answers, you'll be submitting the questions to all these answers in the pre-writing assignment. Then you'll be laying out the qualifications for this assignment. So it's going to be almost time to begin writing your definition essay. So the definition paper will try to accomplish multiple tasks, and be sure to review all of these elements that it's going to be doing. Here are the requirements for the essay along with the rubric, so be sure to review those in detail. Click Next. Now that you understand a little bit more about the qualifications of the paper, it's time for you to look at some more sample definition essays. Now, you probably read a couple of these essays last week, so be sure to read an essay that you haven't read in the last 2 weeks, just to give you some more background information, some more background knowledge on what a good definition essay looks like. And then click Next. Then you're going to start crafting your introduction. So it's finally time to begin actually writing your paper here. And the first step is going to be writing an introduction. Now, a good introduction for a definition essay should accomplish these two things. It should hook the reader and introduce a claim that's arguable, relevant, and thought-provoking. Basically, it's going to have a hook and a thesis. And here are some strategies to think about in your introduction. These are 3 good ways to hook your reader. And then down here are some common mistakes that people make in writing a definition essay. So be sure to review those before you start writing your introduction and your first draft. Here, after your, another part of crafting your introduction is to create your thesis statement. So remember, it should be arguable, relevant, and thought-provoking, and it should include an unconventional perspective for the concept that you are uncovering or defining. You don't want the same old stuff. So here's an example of a thesis statement for a definition essay. So what you're going to do is you're going to post your thesis in the discussion board, and here are 2 links to help you in creating that thesis. This is a thesis generator, which I find last semester students really found useful, and here are some tips on writing a strong thesis statement. So before you post yours, be sure to review both of these links. So after you post your thesis in the discussion, what I want you to do is come back and respond to 2 other students' thesis statements. So within 2 sentences, what I want you to do is I want you to address the guidelines above. This is the requirements for a thesis statement. What I would like for you to do is include 3 positive and 1 constructive criticism. So say 3 good things and then 1 thing that they can improve on. And then click Next. And now it's finally time to start writing your paper. You've been working so hard by creating your introduction and your thesis in the beginning of the session. Now it's time to write the outline of your essay and your first draft. So on the left here is the outline format to use for your rough draft. So this is the outline. Be sure to use that and review that in writing your own outline. So any combination of these traditional types of definitions can help you clarify meaning for the reader of a definition essay. So when you're drafting your essay, again, use the outline on the left-hand side here for your organization. Your essay will basically be a 5-paragraph essay. It'll include an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, each one using a different strategy from down here to help explain your definition, and then finally your 5th paragraph will be your conclusion. Okay, so be sure to, again, use this outline for your first draft, and then after you have that outline, the thing is, I know a lot of people think that an outline is just 1 more extra step, and it is 1 more extra step. It is a little bit more work, but once you have that outline written with all that great details and information, then your actual writing will be so much easier because you'll have everything laid out for you in your outline. So finally, you'll be submitting your outline and then your first draft in the Dropbox. And then you're done for the session. So next week what we'll be doing is we'll be editing and revising your first draft, creating a works cited page, and then finally submitting your final draft into turnitin.com. If you have any questions about anything this week, please let me know. I'm happy to help.